Up next, viewers, we're getting you some very massive development as far as the Northeast is concerned. And now I'm reading from a tweet that has been also made by Amit Shah in a significant step, and I quote, Government of India under the decisive leadership of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi has decided to reduce the disturbed areas under the Armed Forces Special Powers Act or AFSPA in the states of Nagaland, Assam and Manipur after decades now. And we are getting you more updates on this. We are seeing that this is a historic decision that has been made, and we are seeing the reactions on this also that are playing out on the same. Now, reduction of the AFSPA, reduction in the areas under AFSPA is a result of the improved security situation and fast-track development due to the consistent effort and several agreements to end insurgency and to bring lasting peace in the Northeast by the Prime Minister is something that Amit Shah has also said. And now that tweet. And that tweet is on your screens right now, viewers. And for more details on this, let me also bring in my colleague Aishwarya Kapoor, who is joining us on the broadcast. Aishwarya, a massive development, that reduction in areas under AFSPA has been made, and Amit Shah making that very clear under the leadership of Narendra Modi that this has been taken, a decision.
Well, absolutely, but we have to keep in mind that it has been reduced and not removed. The reduction in areas under AFSPA is a result of the improved security situation and the fast-track development due to the consistent efforts and several agreements to end the insurgency and bring lasting peace in the Northeast. And the decision has been taken by the Prime Minister, and the Home Minister has basically just announced it. And once again, we repeat that this has been reduced. There are still certain areas in these three states which are under AFSPA, so the area has been reduced. There are certain specific border districts which have been removed from the AFSPA. So AFSPA still is there in certain areas, but because of the improved law and order situation in the Northeast, there are certain very specific districts which are not going to be under AFSPA. So the area under AFSPA has been reduced, and this is a very major decision which has been taken by the Government of India. And as we speak, that the Armed Forces Special Powers Act has been reduced. So there are certain districts in Nagaland, Assam and Manipur where AFSPA will not be applicated anymore. That means that AFSPA still persists, AFSPA is there, but in very limited area now. So the area under the Special Armed Forces Special Powers Act has been reduced. Initially, it was in complete states, and now the area which were under AFSPA have been reduced, and the Home Minister has come out himself and tweeted and said, and I repeat, that in a significant step, GOI under the decisive leadership of the Prime Minister has decided to reduce disturbed areas. Under Armed Forces Special Powers Act in the states of Nagaland, Assam and Manipur after decades. So after at least 2 decades, we are being told that areas under AFSPA have been reduced. So for the first time, the law and order situation has improved drastically to a level that the Government of India has been able to remove the districts which came under AFSPA. That in itself is a clear indication that the law and order in all of these three states, namely Nagaland, Assam and Manipur, has drastically improved. Only then, Home Minister Amit Shah has been able to take this decision after the guidance from the Prime Minister, as he tweets, that it's only after the decisive leadership of the Prime Minister that Government of India has been able to take this decision. And he goes ahead and says that this is the Prime Minister's unwavering commitment towards the Northeast region, which has neglected for decades, is now witnessing a new era of peace. So, as we've been saying, it's for the first time in decades that the Government of India has been able to create such an amicable law and order situation in all these three states. Once again, Nagaland, Assam, and Manipur together, that there are districts in all these three states which have been removed from AFSPA. So AFSPA still persists, but now in a very limited area. Back to you in the studios.
Well, yes, Aishwarya, as you were very rightly pointing out, and we have seen in Amit Shah's tweet as well, where he has stated that this is a region that has been neglected for decades now and is also witnessing a new era of peace, prosperity and unprecedented development. And this is also something that is reflective of the kind of work that has been done by the governments of India as well. And we have seen how the kind of peace has also been restored there. And these are continuous efforts of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi along with Amit Shah as well, isn't it? To make sure that there is more peace reinstored in those northeastern regions as well.
Well, absolutely. It is directly proportional to the work done by the MHA, by the Government of India, and that is why you see that the Home Minister says that it's a very significant step, only taken after decades. After decades, this decision has been taken, and this decision has been taken to reduce the districts. We need to understand that how significant it is. Yes, reducing the ambit of AFSPA in itself is such a significant decision because no one prior to Amit Shah and Prime Minister Modi were able to take this decision because they were scared. The law and order was not up to the mark. The people were not feeling safe. But now it is only after creating an amicable situation that the ambit of AFSPA has been reduced, and this decision has only been taken in because the ground reality of the law and order is such in all these three states, whether it is Nagaland, Assam or Manipur together, that the government has been able to reduce districts in all these three states. It's not that they are reducing the ambit of AFSPA in Manipur but not in Nagaland. They are reducing it equally in all the three states. And that is why it shows the commitment of the state governments of all these three states and Government of India that they are ready to bring normalcy back in the Northeast. And it's a very, very significant and important decision which is being taken in this regard.
Oh, well, definitely, Aishwarya, and that is a massive development coming in fact, of the AFSPA reduction of the area, in fact, that it will be revived. And as you were rightly pointing out, this is, of course, a result of the continuous efforts to maintain peace and law and order in the entire region of the northeastern states, that this significant development has now taken place. And Amit Shah, of course, in that tweet also declaring that it is thanks to the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's unwavering commitment over the northeastern regions, in fact, that had been rejected and neglected for decades now. And in fact, the reduction in the areas under the AFSPA is a result of the improved security situation and fast-track development as well, due to the consistent efforts and several agreements to end the insurgency and bring lasting peace in the Northeast by the Prime Minister as well. Now, that is also something that we have to take into account, isn't it, Aishwarya? The kind of cut down on the rapid insurgency that we had been seeing in the northeastern areas, and also the kind of pitch of development of the BJP really now reaching the northeastern states as well. Amit Shah claiming that this is because of the fast-track development that has taken place in those areas that such a decision was even made possible.
Well, absolutely. But you can only achieve this when there is complete coordination between not only these two state governments, but also between the central government and these three state governments. And then, hence, it shows that if the Government of India wants, and if the state and the center works together, then there is nothing which cannot be achieved. Reduction of the ambit of AFSPA is a clear indication that if state and central governments work together and they work for the betterment of the people, because achieving a better law and order situation on ground in itself shows that the state governments of all these three states had to work together. If they would not have been working together for first and secondly with the central agencies, this would not have been possible. And just 2 days prior, we've seen the accord between Assam and Manipur also being signed in presence of the Home Minister. So that has just happened, and today the Home Minister, after direct orders or direct intervention of the Prime Minister, it has basically announced that the ambit of AFSPA has been reduced. We are still awaiting the details of how many districts have been removed, how many districts are still under the ambit of AFSPA, but we are being told that there are districts from all these states, Assam, Nagaland and Manipur, which have been removed. So that in itself is very important, very significant. Once again, I am saying that creating an amicable law and order situation on ground in not one but all three states has resulted in such a decision that the government has been able to reduce the ambit of AFSPA in all these three states. The Home Minister, we are being told, is also going to travel to Northeast soon enough. We are trying to get you the date first here on Republic, but we are being clearly told that this is a very, very major step, and it's only after the direction coming directly from the Prime Minister that there are certain districts from all the three states together which have been removed from the ambit of AFSPA.